I am your sunshine when you're down. I am that super river flow. I am the memory that you hold on to. I am the psychic that won't leave. Always a trick for you up my sleeve. I am the mirror that you look through, but you see.
What's up, Beyerle Bunch?
Welcome back to our channel.
I'm Gabriel.
I'm Rachel. Today we are going to do a culture differences vlog. For those who haven't yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and turn on your bell so you guys can be the first to know when we're posting. I was born and raised in Zambia, and
I was born and raised in Zambia.
he's from... Come on.
I was born and raised in the United States.
Even though we're both American now, we still have cultural differences because of where I come from. So you guys get a sense into our lives. And the first cultural difference that is the most obvious is family. I come from a different family. He comes from a different family. You're gonna go first. What differences do you see in our family?
Families here, it's the immediate family. They're usually the close ones. It's siblings and mother, father. Every once in a while you'll have a grandparent that goes in there too, but it's typically just that. That's the housing unit.
Well, family over in Zambia includes everybody. We have aunts, uncles. He used to meet some aunts and uncles that I didn't even have an explanation how they were aunts and uncles. Sometimes people who are part of the community, family,
And cousins.
and cousins. Some people who you grew up with, family. Like sometimes I'll call my cousin's brother and sister, and we just have a huge family unit.
And then you meet the mom side. So, that's typically how it is. Very massive.
Yeah.
I know I've felt overwhelmed before. So,
Many
I'm
times.
not used to it. I'm used to 4 or 5. Every once in a while functions, you'll have like 15. And that's pretty much it. But over there, 15 is like a day. It's like a Tuesday.
So number 2 is usage.
Say you're doing the dishes. You'll run the water constantly while you're scrubbing the dishes. I mean, you don't keep track of the time or anything. Or if you see something's bad, you just throw it out, or you'll get paper towels and you'll wipe up spills.
Usage for me is like this one time before I moved over here. This guy used a whole bottle of oil to fry fries or something like that. When he was done with it, he just went and dumped the entire, it was like 2 liters of oil. And I'm sure people who are from Zambia who are watching this are like, oh my gosh, he dumped like the whole thing. But for him here, that's like normal. You know, they don't like reuse. Even just like small things like, yeah, paper towels. When he came to Zambia, I would be like, you know, wiping with 1 or 2, and he would like unroll the whole thing.
Or you just use rags and you just wash the rags.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
And I would be like, where's your paper towels? And you're like, those are too expensive.
Yeah, it's really, really different. And the third one is food. In our previous vlogs, I'm sure you guys have seen how we've just disagreed to agree, or agreed to disagree on food. I like different food, he likes different food. My favorite food will always be kapenta, impwa, and inshima. Oh, it's so good. And he won't even touch kapenta or impwa. So, although he loves inshima.
I've had impwa. I just don't like it. It's very bitter, and I'm just not a fan of that.
What about you with food, your side?
With food, I like going out to eat. I like to eat in the living room.
I always have to eat at the table.
Getting accustomed to eating at the table all the time, but you know, I like to see if there's something on TV, or you know, just kind of be more relaxed with it.
And I don't like to watch TV when I eat. See, those are just differences. Like,
yeah,
I was
it's not
always
one's better, or worse. It's,
right. Yeah, we're just different that way. All right.
And the portion size when you go to a restaurant, here it's massive portions. It gets you full, or
like
even a doggy bag.
3 times the size of a portion in Zambia. And literally, I've seen people finish that portion. And when I first got here, it was a cultural shock, because it's like, oh my gosh, they finished all that food.
And the large drinks too.
Oh,
the
yeah.
large is like a massive size.
Yeah.
Over there, a large is way smaller than that.
The large in Zambia is not even as small here. And one of the things that actually shocked me when I moved over here is how they did free refills for drinks, and they did free ice refills, free water. In Zambia, you buy a bottle of water whenever you're out. Here, water is free. Next one is dressing.
Yeah, dressing. So it's not like get dressed in the morning or anything like that. You go to the store, you'll see people in pajamas and slippers, things like that. This could be midday, it could be the end of the day, it could be morning, it doesn't matter. Here you go to any of these stores and you'll find at least one person in those. And some stores have more frequent people than to do that. In Zambia,
we always dress up. Like the first thing in the morning after, if you're doing chores or getting ready for work, is you have a shower. This is every single day, and you just do your makeup, do your nice clothes, do your hair. If it's the guys, they dress up. It's very important to represent yourself.
It's a little different. It's
different.
like there you have pride in yourself of how you look. Here it's just you just didn't feel like doing it today and you just went. It's very different. Although I've never gone to the store in my pajamas. I will say that.
I have.
That's because she's American now.
I have many times. Initially, it was when we lived in the country. I haven't here when we live in the suburbs. So the next one is greetings. Yeah.
So here, greetings is a couple different ways. So there's in-person greeting and then there's over-the-phone greeting.
Yeah.
And in-person greeting, you like go to the checkout. The person will be, oh, how are you today? But they're just going through the motions. They're not knowing what your answer is. They're not knowing what they're replying. They're just an automated message saying, oh, how are you today? I'm doing okay. Oh, that's good. Or I'm doing okay too. And things like, it's just repetitive. They do it over and over and over. They really don't listen to what your answer is. I like to mess with them sometimes. I tell them I have a bad day and see what they say. If they're really listening, then you'll see. And then the other one is over the phone. When they do it over the phone, you call up a store and you ask them the question.
I personally find a different experience here though. Here, one of the biggest, even till this day, culture shock for greetings is how people are never okay. Like I have just never heard someone say, how, like you say, how are you? And I'm fine. It's always, oh, I had this today. Or
yeah, some people can be rather loquacious.
Yeah, you know, oh, I didn't, you know, have a good day or a good night. I just find like someone is always just never, I'm fine. But over there, you know, you will go to like even the remotest of place, and someone, you say hello to someone and they're like, oh, I feel blessed, you know, like I even grateful with the littlest things that are given to them. Even the greeting, the differences with greeting is when we greet, like we go like, we're courteous, we go like this, you know, like with respect. So
here we just go like this. And that's only with your friends. With your family, you don't even touch. You just kind of go there.
Yeah, so it's very different.
But over the phone, how is it? When you call someone over the phone, you say, hi, how are you today? Oh, I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you?
Yes.
It's always that initial.
Yes.
It's never you pick up the phone and you just
say
ask
whatever
for the
you want.
thing is.
Yeah, that would be considered rude. That would be considered,
exactly.
I get what you
and
mean.
They definitely won't help you at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's rare they'll help you over the phone anyways. I don't know how many times I've called and I'm like, this person, you have to pick your times to call, and like you don't call at lunchtime, and you don't call at knockoff time, and you don't call first thing in the morning. You have to call like between that 9 to 11 o'clock. Otherwise, they're either not going to answer the phone, like at knockoff time. If it's 2 hours before, they won't answer the phone.
That's true.
Or they'll be rude with you on the phone.
Or short.
Yeah, or real short. So the next one's holidays. Holidays here can be pretty stressful. You typically go over to one of your relatives' house, or everyone's planning on going to that person's house. And say for Thanksgiving or Christmas, there's usually a big meal. So a turkey or ham or anything like that. It's a madhouse there while they're cooking. while they're getting stuff together, families popping in and out. They never know who's going to show up at what specific time. And then you'll see family you haven't seen for a while or anything. Then you probably won't even see them for the next several months. It's all the cousins and second cousins and aunts and uncles and things like that.
It's different for us because we always have an ongoing relationship. Like I live here, even after moving here, I still have that relationship with the cousins that I'm most close to. With holidays over there, the biggest holiday we celebrate is Christmas and New Year, and usually it's just like we meet at the grandparents' house and everybody cooks. Like it's not just one person who takes all the burden or the stress. It's everybody cooks, everybody gets involved, everybody celebrates, and obviously being Zambian, there's a lot of alcohol.
Here it depends on the person.
Yeah.
Like you can go over and the family will be helping, and a lot of people will be sitting there just watching sports or something.
Yeah, no.
But other families, they have it where everybody's involved here, but typically it's not everybody's in the kitchen helping. But in Zambia, it's very common.
We'll get there, if like usually the main dishes will be like chicken, T-bone, salad or 2 salads, rice, you can't forget the rice, potatoes, and each dish is having a person cooking that specific dish. And then the guys would do the barbecue, so the ladies would marinate, and then the guys would do the barbecue is braai, like that's a braai, we call it braai over there. So.
They'll do the barbecue while drinking.
Of course. You can't forget the alcohol. And the next one is marriage.
Here it depends on the person again. Typically it's, both partners are working. So the husband and wife are going to a job. Kids are at daycare. Some relationships, they have it where the husband just watches TV or something and the wife will be doing all the other stuff. Other ones, like ours, is we help each other. We're both in this together. So we do things together. If we see this person's doing this, then we're going to do that.
I think it's the same over there. Like, it just depends on the marriage. In other marriages, both couples work. Or in other marriages, just like here, they have a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad. Usually, it's not very common there to have a stay-at-home dad, like here. But there, they have mostly stay-at-home moms or both couples working.
What about tradition?
Tradition is kind of been wiped away.
Yeah, but say what the tradition is.
The tradition usually was that the husband works and the wife takes care of the kids and the family. It was a very strong culture back in the day, but it's been done away with now because of women empowerment. All right, cost of living.
Cost of living per month is expensive.
Yeah.
Our water bill is over $130 a month. And we don't even use it. If you don't use it, that's how much they charge. It is crazy. Internet, things like that. You have all these items that you end up paying.
Insurance.
And even, car insurance. You have to have car insurance by law. You have to have just minimum coverage, but it's still, you have to have it.
It's per month.
Yeah, and then health insurance. It has been required to have health insurance.
It is.
Or else you get charged when you do tax time.
Even there, that stuff exists, but just the comparison in pricing it's cheaper there than it is here.
Yeah.
It all has to be there, even for living in Zambia, but it's just a lot more cheaper. It's expensive for Zambians living in Zambia on a ratio of
the age to the bills.
Yeah, but it's just lower than the United States.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, dating foreigners.
Alright, so here, say I end up having it where I go and tell people, oh, I met this girl, blah, blah, blah. Oh, she's from here, and it's a different country than the United States. Someone is bound to say, oh, they just want a green card. They haven't met the person, they don't know anything about their relationship, but they'll just say, oh, they just want a green card.
And there's a famous show that I'm sure everybody knows that talks about this. And it doesn't matter the race, it doesn't matter the religion. It is always just when someone from this country wants to marry someone from out there, it's that they're here for a green card. which is the opposite there. Like for us, even when we started our relationship, our plan wasn't to move to the United States. So people were just happy for us being there and being in a relationship.
Yeah.
So that was the difference.
As a foreigner, you get, I don't know, I guess praised is the word?
Yeah, a lot. A
So-
lot. Like he gets VIP treatment over there. And
Yeah.
it's unfortunate because you're supposed to like praise your own people first. But yeah, I call it colonial thinking. Like back in the day, I always tell him that. Like back in the day, they had this mindset where they always assumed that anyone who was there was like an investor. And because of that kind of mindset and that way of thinking, it always remained
Like stuck.
Yeah.
Okay, the last one is an extremely controversial topic, and I can speak on the matter, is cops.
Yeah.
Police. Law enforcement. It is different here, and I witnessed some stuff that would just irritate. Here, the police officer would go in, they would have debriefing, find out what's going on, what crimes where, what day happened, and then they would go and patrol and respond to calls in their car, and that's like their office. And then at the end of the shift, they go ahead and come back, sign out, clean out the car, inspect everything, and then they take off.
Over in Zambia, it's different. The police station will ask you for gas money before they attend to your call.
Yeah, if you call the police station, they'll ask you for the petro to go investigate the crime that happened at your residence or wherever.
But also, I've seen them like track my brother's phone and stuff like that.
Yeah, they do good stuff. I'm not knocking them.
Over here, when you report your phone stolen, the police will tell you that, oh, just get a new one. So
sometimes it could be easier to just go buy another one. They could just end the service and they can't use that phone. But also in Zambia, there's roadblocks.
Oh my gosh, those are the most annoying things ever.
Here, there's no roadblocks unless there's a manhunt going on.
Yeah.
But which is not typical.
Those are really annoying.
They are. You'll just be driving
so
and they'll just have some popped up 2 police officers standing on the road, one for each way of traffic, and they'll be looking at tags or they'll see
I
this.
think they're dangerous.
And they'll put them in random places. Yeah. It's not even planned.
Some are stationed, but others aren't.
Most are just random.
Yeah.
But like traveling outside the cities, they'll go ahead and be specific spots.
And then the worst one is like when you're driving on a freeway and you're going freeway speed, which is like in US, I'll say 80 miles an hour. And then a cop just pops up right in front of your car and says, hey, you just had a speed trap, come and pay your fine. Right there in the car. I'm like, that's dangerous for you and for me.
Yeah.
You know?
I've seen some pretty,
it's pretty dangerous.
Interesting situations.
On that note, we end there for today, and we hope you enjoyed this vlog. Comment below if you have any cultural differences or noticed any, or if you feel like we left any out.
Or you have any questions that you want to find out about either culture.
Right. Just comment below.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
Bye, guys.
Beyerle's out.